Hi, I'm Kat, and this is our daily tarot. We have some interesting things showing up today in that we have all earth energy. We have 3 cards that are pentacles, which are related to the element of earth, and then we have a major arcana, which is associated with the sign of Capricorn, which is also governed by the element of earth. So we have something showing up in that, like, it's all one element, which is kind of interesting. So we're looking at, matters of material concern today. The opening card that we have is the 8 of Pentacles. So this is an apprentice craftsman. We're taking a look at where we actually put our energy and effort. And if we can be sober with ourselves, we might be able to see where we might even waste effort that we could put towards something more productive. But this is someone who is refining their skill. They're refining how they make things. You can see that there's 8 pentacles, there's 5 of them up on the wall, and then there's 2 that are done, and they're working on this third one. They're actually shaping it. They're shaping their coins. So it's, what has fruited for you in the material world? Where do you put your effort? This is the question of the apprentice. What have you gathered through that learning and application of your resources? The challenge that we're facing today is the 4 of Pentacles. So we're challenged with this idea of budgeting our resources. You can see that money is on this person's mind, right? Quite literally, they have a pentacle sitting on their head. They also have one that's strapped to their chest and 2 that are under their feet. And it's like they're just trying to hold things together, right? So if you're being resourceful and you're looking at your resources and budgeting your resources, it might not be the best time to go out and spend a lot of money right now, particularly because Venus is in retrograde, and you may regret the money that you're spending, especially if you're making big, lavish purchases. The thing is, we have to watch how much we actually stay in the attention of, like, it's all about the material question, right? That's all life is, because that can be cumbersome. And as you can see, it can be very isolating if that's the way we look at the world, is that, our opportunity is confined by our financial resources. The way that we're going to get through the challenge. Okay, so this is where the big dog comes in today. We have the Devil card. Okay, this isn't, the people who are in this card don't look very happy. But it's interesting because it shows up. This is a card that's governed by Capricorn. Right now, we have the planet of Pluto and Venus in Capricorn and the Sun. And Mercury just went through there. Venus is in retrograde. So we are reviewing things. We're looking at our own limitations. And that's what this card basically is symbolic of, is becoming aware of your own limitations, becoming aware of where you feel bound, right? What's so interesting, though, and a key piece of this drawing to acknowledge, is that these chains that are around these people's throats are loose enough for them to lift up over their head and actually get out of that bondage. But it's our own choice. It's this cyclical nature of where we feel bound and where we feel like out of our own power. And Saturn is interesting right now too, because, Capricorn is governed by Saturn. Saturn's in this square relationship with Uranus. And so we have this 90-degree angle between the planet of change and this planet of restriction and confinement. And so it brings up this idea of, are we able to be sober in looking at where our own limitations are, and can we work with them? Because we are our own keeper, right? And the ultimate outcome that we have for today, as I had foreshadowed, is another pentacle. It's the King of Pentacles. We had this guy show up yesterday. And this is reminding us to look at our values, look at what's actually important, look at where we have strong beliefs, right? Like, if you were to look at this year as like the last year you could get anything done, not that it is, but if you were to look at it that way, what do you need to get done this year? What, with all certainty in your body, your mind, your soul, what is absolutely important to you, because that can show you a measure of, you know, where people can kind of lead you off your path and where you have a boundary with it. Because this person is certain and they're solid, you know, and it's time for us to look at that. Like, what is important to us? We need to put time toward that, you know, and we also need to look at where we have stubbornness in our lives. Now, this card is it's a fixed earth energy. So it is speaking to Taurus, which is again why I brought up that energy of Uranus. So we have Uranus and we have Saturn both showing up today. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting to me anyway, that cards show up that are reflective of what's going on astrologically. And they show up for us to take a look at things and have a little bit of detachment and separation from the like sky is falling and it's punishing me specifically kind of mindset. Like, it's really crucial for us to realize and acknowledge that we're all going through this change and we're all in this really raw place, and it's like we're going through this rebirth process, right? Like, Pluto is in Capricorn right now. It is rebirthing us out of the social structure that we have known and that has been stable for us for a really long time. And it's changing the ways that we work with money, and it's changing the ways that we work with food, and it's changing all of these different things. And wherever Taurus is in your natal chart, it's also bringing a change to that area specifically and personally for you. So it's important, you know, for us to look at that, especially because this is the last card of the day. It's almost as if, you know, the arrow is being pointed in that direction astrologically, that like it's time for change, and we have to step into it and be willing to act and respond and be present to what's showing up and arriving and what is being called forth and up and out of us. So I think that's a powerful reading. We're looking at our resources. You know, it might be a good time to, you know, just look at the things that you have gratitude for that don't cost you money, you know, and look at the simple things in life, because our surroundings are our sanctuary. And if we're always looking at what we lack, then we miss what's right in front of us. I send you so much love today, and a good wish, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.